Welcome to the podcast here on Pollute Your Soul. We're here with Riot of Pike Gang Entertainment. Man, thank you for coming on the show. I really appreciate you taking some time out of your grape juice sipping day to be here, man. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Sir, it's a pleasure. It's a pleasure.
Indeed. You dropped a new single with Kodaj. Talk about that. What can someone who has not heard that before expect from that latest 3-track EP?
Uh, so when me and Kadaja work, it's just nothing but love. It's pure love from the heart, bottom of the heart, soul connectiveness. Me and Kadaja just kind of clicked like that. Like we just met online. We started talking about music and shit like that, and things kind of just took forth from there. And whenever me and Kadaja make art together, it comes from the soul. It comes from deepest emotions, trauma, all of that.
So you try to get like more. You don't just try to make anything. You know what I'm saying? Because that's what a lot of people do. Sometimes they just make anything. You seem to like take a lot of time with what you. I'd say you're very consistent. Yet you can tell everything like you do is kind of different from each other. You know what I'm saying? It's like,
Yeah,
what's your process for like laying down a song?
the process from laying down a song, well, I'll tell you what's up. Whenever I make a song, I gotta feel a certain way. It's not that I just drop a song because I think like something goes on in my mind. It's like, oh, I gotta drop a song. I gotta drop a song. Like I'm falling off. It's like, nah. It's like whenever I make a song, it's because I'm feeling a certain way. It's either that I'm angry, I feel regret, like, or I feel happy, something like that. Just it comes from emotion, comes from like my pure fucking my pure self. So I can't drop anything that I don't feel. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I feel you. Yeah, you like you want to be real with it. Like, you don't want to just fucking write about some random. Like you don't want to make it inauthentic where someone's like, "Yo, I want to do a
Exactly,
song with you," and like, because some
exactly.
people
And
they feel obligated to make music, and that's like the worst.
yeah, that's the thing. Like if I feel like I have to make something, I'm not going to do it. Like, and if I do a collaboration, it's because like I like that artist or I feel a connect with that artist. I feel like we could click on something, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, sometimes I just have to take a step back and be like, "Yo, like, I need to work on like solo work or something like that." Like, do you think it's important? Like, what do you like more, working with other people, or do you like to just make solo tracks? Like, do you think?
I ain't gonna lie. I like doing things by myself. Like I mean, of course, when it comes to the producers, I love all my producers. Like that's where all of my creativeness comes from is the people who make the music itself. But when it comes to like spinning on a track, I feel like I'm solid enough to fuck that shit up itself. You know what I'm saying?
That's a skill a lot of people like. What do we say? Like, kind of don't have, or they don't want to focus on, because there is like, you know, like, it's a lot of people just want to like feed off someone else's energy, and they can't like bring their own energy to something. You know what I mean?
Yeah, hell yeah, hell yeah. Exactly, dog. People be fucking fiending off that shit, dog. They be like, yo, I feel kind of down, like I feel like if like I got this collaboration or this person or I paid this amount of money to get this feature, I'll get big or
Yeah.
I'll make a banger. It's like it's not like that, dog. It comes from you. Everything comes from you. You know what your plays are, what your likes are. It's a reflection of yourself.
That's why, like, if it, you like based rappers, right? Like that's you know what I'm talking about, like based rappers. What I mean that,
Uh, for explain further.
like people who just rap on anything. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah,
Like RX
I kind of
Poppy,
get what
Lil
you're.
B. You know what I'm saying? Like people like that.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, they're cool as shit. Yeah, fuck
Christ
yeah.
Dillinger. So like the thing about them, and I'm gonna bring this back to your point, is like they can rap on any beat, even if the beat is
Hmm.
horrible, and make it sound good. You know what I mean? Like some of them even intentionally use
Yeah,
bad beats, you know?
no, definitely. I've came around some pretty bad beats, not from any of my producers, but just from random motherfuckers, and I just decided to, hop on that shit, see what I could make. Definitely wouldn't upload a lot of things that I have made with those terrible beats, but yeah, I'm definitely around that kind of area.
Yeah. So you talk about like your producers, like What's your like close knit circle of producers? I'm sure you got a lot, but like as of now, recently.
Not too many, not too many, like not too many, but I've had all my producers who've stuck by me day one. That's Clint Backwood, Glock Samurai, Riser 33 HZ. I gotta think. Uh, and Kodaja. They're all my fucking homies, dog. I talk to them on a daily basis. We always check up on each other, making sure that we're okay in our daily lives, making sure that, we're doing what we got to do to further in this music. You know what I'm saying?
Riser is he's a talent, and Clint Backwood is fucking nuts. He's fire.
Clint Backwood is the fucking homie, dog. Him and Glock, yo, I love those guys. They're fucking awesome. I didn't I didn't meet Glock Samurai until I got with Clint Backwood, and now that Clint Backwood got me with Glock Samurai, dog, we've been talking back and forth. Yeah, we're talking about dropping mixtapes, doing this, doing that, all of that shit, man. And it just, these connections, this networking that we've created, this kind of thing that we've made for ourselves is just insane. And we just have
Very
like this,
nice.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Of course, a
We
notion.
got,
Yeah, like you definitely like focus more on making shit with like producers more. Like you don't like that's what we were saying earlier. Like, what do you look for in like a beat, like specifically that makes you kind of like really want to make something on this beat? You know what I'm saying?
all right, so it's simple, yo. It's got to give me like butterflies, yo. The beat's got to give me butterflies. And before you like say anything on that, yo, what I mean is like, when you're listening to a song, yo, and then you get that like heart rate, you like your body feels like it goes up, like that whole aura of your soul is just what I'm about. Is like what like makes you get that fucking intense feeling and that emotion and like holy shit, like what is this?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Get that heart rate up. Yeah, like that's a lot of beats like fail to bring that intensity, like especially in the mainstream, like everything's kind of mixed the same, everything's kind of like sounds the same fucking drums, the same perks, like you know what I mean? Like that's why I like underground music, it's because there's people like trying to push boundaries and shit.
Yeah,
Yeah.
hell yeah, dude. That's another thing with like the funk scene in my opinion is like a lot of people are very fixated on like certain like snares and samples, drum packs, whatever it is, yo. But my homies, yo, it seems like they've never failed me, yo. They've always came out with something so fucking exquisite, something so original. And it's like, dude, how did you even fucking make the sound? Like,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying?
Because
Like,
that's what like if you're a producer, you got to think of like where did shit come from. Like for instance, a lot of Memphis stuff is made from a Boss DR 660 drum kit. So it's like okay, maybe instead of getting a shitty funk kit, you get like
man,
the
let's just
real
scramble up the
drum
fucking
pattern.
pot.
Yeah, what I would recommend to like producers is like fucking make your own sounds, make your own snares, or just find like dance snares, like find some techno snares and figure out how you can make it like
Yeah, hell yeah,
crunchy and
dog.
like something that hits if there is rapping on it. You know what I mean? Like even
Exactly, dog.
hard style is good to use. There's nothing better than like mixing boom bap with trap where you can like tell like that drum is like from boom bap. You
Yeah,
know what I'm talking about?
yeah, yeah. Exactly, dog.
You know what I mean? Like
Hmm.
because that's the roots right there. You need to have sometimes you need to have that boom bap influence and things. Like it just sometimes it just makes everything groovy, you know?
I used to be heavy into boom bap, yo. Like me and Genius fucked up this track called Unleash These Chains. Like I think in the beginning of when I started making music, yo, and that's when I started going into Pike Gang is Genius, my fucking man, dog. We made that track and he was like, yo, like you got talent, like you got this, like you should come talk to my man Cash. And I was like, yeah, like fuck it, let's fuck it up, dude. Like, and next thing you know, like we just started talking and be like, yeah, and Cash says I like your shit, I'll put you on, and just went on from there.
Is that the guy that like everything like it's like G 3 EI. You know, is that how do you say it? How do you like spell his name? Is some
Gemini. Oh yeah, shout out Gemini, yo. Shout out Gemini. Shout out DJ Merc, yo. Motherfuckers be killing shit, yo.
yeah,
Be killing shit.
Merc and fucking Cash and Koichi. Koichi, is that yeah? That's how you say it.
Fuck yeah, Koichi. Yo, we got so I got a track with Koichi, yo. We did 2 tracks. I got one track with me, Cash, and Koichi, and then I got a track with me and Koichi only. But we definitely got some shit in the works for that shit, yo.
Fucking Koichi was on the podcast. Like, he was awesome to talk to. Like, I forget what we talked. Probably talked about like conspiracy theories or some shit. I forget what we talked about. It's funny. It's funny as fuck.
Oh
He's
yeah,
dope.
that's what's up.
Yeah. Fucking. Y'all been on a roll. I know that Cash has gotten like hella shows down, but like, have you
Yo,
ever?
Cash be serious about his shit, dog. Cash be serious about his shit. If only I lived in LA, yo, me and Cash would be killing shit together, yo. But
So you
I'm
haven't
all
been
the way
able
in
to find
fucking
any
Baltimore.
shows in like Baltimore? Or no.
Nah, and only because like I'd be doing the shit by myself. It's not like I have a circle of funk rappers or people that make like similar music to me. So it just wouldn't make sense for me to hop in, like the Baltimore sound stage and do my own shit with like a bunch of random ass motherfuckers that I don't even know. Like I'm not with that, yo. I'm not with that at all. Like if I'm gonna do a show, yeah, I'm gonna do it with my homies.
I would say that like if you're it is different when you show up to an event, there's a bunch of people around you, then those people can like integrate and meet other people and shit like that. It's fun. But showing, I do agree that like, and I do this every time I perform. I've been performing in Delaware since March. Every time
Yeah.
I show up to an event, it's like only 2 times, but that I've done it with people. Like I've shown it with people. It's so fucking awkward when you're the only one there and you're the
Yep.
only one performing. But that just kind of like makes you fucking all nervous at first, and then you gotta break out of your shell and do it. Like, but after you can't like. Here's the thing: is even though your music is a little bit different, it's hard either way. So
Yeah.
if you do go to an audience that does not know about your style, I'm pretty sure
They
they'll
might
like it.
pick up on that.
Yeah, as long as you don't do one with like a 1 minute long funk acapella in the beginning, like nobody's gonna get that. But if you're at like a you know
Yeah.
you know what I'm
It's
saying,
fucking
funk
funny.
show, people would get it, you know what I'm saying? But if you're people are like, why isn't he rapping yet? You know what I mean? But you know what I mean.
Yeah, yo. I feel like motherfuckers be fucking confused at like the sample part, yo. Like the song with me and Gemini, yo, we did Emergence. And that sample goes on for like a minute and 20 seconds long, and it's just like you hear another motherfucker rapping in the beginning of the song. It's like, when is this motherfucker gonna spit? Like,
I like that shit though. Like a lot of my favorite songs. I mean, even like metal songs, like some metal songs, there's no fucking like singing until like or screaming until like 3 minutes into it. You know what I mean? But in rap songs,
mhm.
you can hear that too, like in the underground. You know what I mean? Sometimes you just gotta let the beat ride out. It's fun.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Like
It's
if the
all a
beat's
vibe.
good, you know what I mean? Like and very interesting, but sometimes yeah. But what's your favorite like EP or mixtape like that you've worked on so far out of your time making music?
Give me 1 second. Let me run this shit really quick.
Why don't you have a
Uh
Bandcamp? You gotta like that's a good way to make people
Bandcamp, what the
track.
fuck is that?
You don't know what Bandcamp is.
Fuck no, what the fuck is Bandcamp?
So basically like before SoundCloud.
Uh-huh.
I
Before
don't know if I
SoundCloud,
don't
there was a before SoundCloud? What?
all right. I don't know if it was before SoundCloud, but basically it's just like a place where you can post your music and people can buy your music digitally, right? But that you can also it's where most people buy merchandise from an artist. You either have Big Cartel or you have Bandcamp. Bandcamp is the one for music, so you can it's the popular form for like underground music to sell. Like name an underground mixtape that's pretty popular, like Mr. Thug Isolation by Lil Ugly Mane. That grew
Uh,
popularity off Bandcamp because he posted it on Bandcamp and everyone just started buying it for like $5 each.
yo, what the fuck? Where the fuck is Bandcamp at?
But
I'm trying to
but
sell my fucking music, dog.
you can create your own site. So you can be like rice.bandcamp.com. You know what I mean? But it's, still Bandcamp, you know what I mean? And basically you're selling the digital version of it on your own website, and it's very kind of like user friendly to a fan, and it's interactive. It's like the classic for underground music to listen to, you know what I mean? And it's also just like it's confusing, but it's like
Shit,
before
dog.
SoundCloud. I love SoundCloud. I love SoundCloud. But
That's my
Bandcamp
thing. I
is
love
awesome
SoundCloud,
too.
dog.
SoundCloud is fun, dude. Like you can just fucking like it's nothing
It
like
is, yo.
SoundCloud's
That's
fire. It's not dead.
yo. I can't stress it enough, yo. Like I like beside like I'm not even big on Spotify, Apple Music, none of that, dog. Like everything that I've generated, any kind of music, any kind of like feedback that I've ever gotten, yo, is all on SoundCloud platform, dog. Like SoundCloud is so fun. It's fun to hear your music mixed with other artists that are just like you. You know what I'm saying? Like you get a general sense. It generates a general sense of what you listen to and what other people like what you make. I'm like
Yeah, no, Spotify
it's just fucking
recommendations
amazing.
suck. Like SoundCloud is dope. Like
Yeah.
SoundCloud, like let me think of a song right now. You know what I'm saying? Like, um, all right, let me fucking find something and see what happens. So like, here's Sly. You know who that is?
Yeah, fuck yeah. I got a track produced by Sly.
So it comes with the related tracks, right? So it gives you Jawbroke by APOC Crisis, The Southwest Plays by Ice Main the Kingpin,
All of the
Supernatural
motherfuckers,
by
yo.
Sly.
Shout out
Uh,
Iceman, by the way.
it gives you 6 Foot Slim. It gives you
Thanks for Slim. Fucking cool as shit.
the Slim from Ohio guy from fucking Sacrilege set. Like you know what I'm saying? Like it gives you good recommendations. You know what I'm
It gives you
saying?
what you want. It gives you what you want to listen to, what you're looking for, dog. What you're looking
Lil
for. This is
187. Like it's so good recommendations, for real.
hell yeah, dude.
And not a lot of other services kind of Apple Music honestly sucks. Like honestly, Apple Music sucks. It's just downloading shit. That's it.
Stupid as shit. Sell my song for 99 cents. Get that out of the way.
Yeah,
Like
and it's not user friendly either. Like there's no like recommendations. Like if
it's
you
really
you know what I mean.
it's really specific to what you want to listen to. Like if you want your own set playlist and what you want on shuffle, whatever you want, you know what you got in your category. But that's the thing I like about SoundCloud is like some days I'll just be at work, like doing my shit, and I'll just put on like a crazy ass different shuffle of different funk rappers, different fucking beat makers, and it'll just be all fire. Like I'm just
Facts.
like that. I'm just like that. I like to listen to a bunch of different shit, get inspiration from anywhere I can get it. You know what I'm saying?
Like if I'm listening to an album and I'm preoccupied and that songs just keep going next to next to next, I trust SoundCloud to give me good songs. You know?
Yep. Yep.
Yeah, yeah.
SoundCloud for the win, dog.
SoundCloud for the fucking win. What like out of all SoundCloud had an era. I think it's still going on, just through different sounds. Blah 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 blah. What's your
Uh,
favorite era of the music industry?
um, I think it was honestly at its peak. I'm not gonna say at its peak because like I wasn't with this music shit forever. I got into this shit like 2018, 2019. Uh, where I found funk from was actually Suicide Boys, but my buddy John that I worked with like a really long time ago, he listened to the shit and I was like, damn, this shit's really fucking cool. Like, where did you find this music? And he was like, man, like you ain't never heard of this shit. Like, and he was like gatekeeping like a motherfucker, yo. Like he was
Yeah,
like, I ain't telling you, yeah. Like, but I eventually found out, yo, like about Suicide Boys and then Freddie Dread, yo. But once I listened to Freddie Dread, yo, like all the recommendations came from Freddie Dread, yo. It was
yeah.
like Apocryphis, Sly. Sly was my first underground rapper that I bumped heavy, yo. The Pale Horse EP, fuck that shit, yo. That
Down to
shit had
the
me.
fucking what's that one called with the blue cover? I forget, but he always Sly has been killing it since like 2020, 2019. Like,
Sly is just fucking amazing, you know. Like you can't fucking like you can't. I'm not gonna say you can't top Sly, but you can't be Sly. You know what I'm saying?
it's on in the South.
It's
That
sawed
one
off
was
South,
fire.
sawed off South.
Southern Brit, Super Sly's fire.
Yeah, I was bumping that shit the other day, yo. That shit's so
Anything with
fucking
Isaac
fire, yo.
is fucking nuts, yo.
Isaac is an insane fucking producer too, yo. I love Isaac, yo. I hope to fucking work with that dude someday. I
Yeah, like
want to
that
so bad.
whole era. I mean, it's still kind of going on. That's the thing. That's why I love it. Is and even some of them have blown up, like too from that era. Even like especially Freddie Dredd, like, but and even like the smaller kind of not that famous versions of. I don't want to say versions, but like inspire same influences and sound. Like you got Domsta, uh, you got Sempra, you got um
Temper's cool.
fucking Sinister's cool. Sinister's been on
Sinister,
the roll.
yeah. Oh
Harper,
yeah.
Younk.
Harper's hard.
I'm gonna see
Harper's hard.
Younk and Tara Reid on tour, and fucking, and then I'm gonna see Sinister, Semper, and Harper on tour in Philly, and
Oh, in Philly,
yeah, I'm about to go to
yo,
Philly.
I don't know if you know about this, yo, but I'm pretty sure October 17th that Sampra, Harper, and somebody else, I can't remember the name, but they're all coming to Baltimore Soundstage on the 17th of October. I'm about to go to that shit, yo. That shit's very be hype as fuck.
Damn, bro.
Yeah.
That shit, yeah, like they're Semper's been on a fucking roll, yo. That was
Insane,
one of
yo.
those like first. I was like the first person to do like any kind of like piece of journalism on him. Like I was like, yo, like this guy's rapping fast and it's over funk beats and it's like it's not Ghostmane and it's honestly it's his own style and he's fucking it's all this drip shit. And I was like, yeah, like he's gonna blow. And then I interviewed him and then fucking he just went nuts. Like he's
Hmm.
one of those calm
Yeah.
people that just like he just knew. Like you gotta have that calm energy where you just know you're fucking fire. You know
That's
what I
what
mean?
it's about, yo. That's what this entire scene is about, yo. Is like it's all about the confidence. And even though that we may not be on that like high tier, like top fucking 100 billboards or whatever, but the thing is that we got to know within ourselves is that we're hard as shit, like we be spitting the fucking truth. We be spitting hard ass fucking bars. We be killing the fucking shit. We be killing the fucking game. And it's just a matter of time. Like, I know that funk has its like ups and downs, especially throughout like the last 5 years. It's, in 2019, it was fucking crazy. In 2020, it died down. 2021, it started to get this peak. 2022, 2023, and then therefore it's like it's like the fucking stock market, dude. The shit goes up and down, but it's only about time until the shit just takes off the entire fucking music scene, dude. It's something that we're all cooking up. It's something that we're all stirring up in order to bring this entire music genre into
Mainstream, yeah. Yeah.
reality. This is what people are going to be listening to into 2024, 2025, 2026. You know what I'm saying?
Facts. Like it even like it's been there's a lot of factors that kind of go into it and it's like what other scenes kind of dominate. So like in the beginning of like underground shit, it was like the first funk wave was like 2010 to 2012. That was like the first wave. Where like Raider Clan was coming up. And then 2013 to 2014 is when like cloud rap kind of became the dominant underground
Cloud.
sound.
See, that's where I really started was from cloud rap, like cloud rap, lo-fi rap, shit like that, dog. Like that's
Yeah.
where I started, kind of like getting into the general sense of like this underground. You know what I'm saying?
And then 2015 to fucking 2015 to 2016, funk had a pretty good run with like Suicide Boys, Ghost Main, and all
Yep.
them. And then fucking emo rap hit, and then you didn't hear about funk until
No emo rap.
in 2019. You didn't hear about funk until
2019,
2019.
2018, that shit, bro.
So now we kind of talked about how you got into the funk scene. How'd you just get into like music and rap in general?
Um, how I got into it was kind of like a self-whim kind of thing. It was me and my friend CJ. We got into it together, and we kind of like we didn't fall off at all. Like we're still fucking great friends. Yeah, like that's my fucking homie, day one, my fucking heart to the extent. But like I was getting deeper. I was getting deeper into the music. I was like searching. I was looking. I was seeing the entire fucking universe of this kind of music, and I just kind of like, I dove into it myself. Like I had to take like accountability and responsibility into wanting to do it and want to do something with my career, or quote unquote career. This is, I just do it because this is what I love. But it really just started from doing it with a friend to taking it more serious on a more intriguing route, I guess you could say.
Yeah, that's usually kind of like how it starts. Is like you kind of just start it for fun, and then you start to like learn the specific technical shit and like how to
Hmm.
promote a song or like how to structure a song. You know, I know what you mean.
Exactly. It all starts from fun, but then that fun becomes like, oh shit, I want more of this. I want more and more and more and more and more. And it's like you just kind of dive into this thing. It's where it's like it's your lifestyle. It's what you are. It's what made you.
It is kind of like there there's a difference between like trying to be something and being something, and I think that like when you become
Smart.
that that
That's
that
smart.
that when what you create is actually a part of you, you know what I mean? It's like you finally tap into a wavelength that's like hard to get there. You know what I mean? Like where it
Yeah.
kind of becomes more than you. It kind of it's kind of like tapping into like an energy, you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
It's
if
your
anybody's read
very
the Rick Rubin book, you know what I mean? But like you
yeah.
tap into an energy sphere. It's like some like evil magic shit type shit, you know what I'm saying? But it's obviously just making shit, you know what I mean? But the best thing
Yeah, I
I
mean,
could explain it is like how Aleister Crowley or like, somebody would describe like magic, you know what I mean? It is magical. Creating something is
hey,
magical.
I was about to say, I mean, like as far as magic goes realistically, this is what it is. This is what it
Yeah,
is.
like this is as close as you can get to like magic. You know what I mean? Besides like
Mhm.
I think like culinary arts is definitely its own form of magic, you know what I mean? Cuz like or like
Mhm.
or making a film, you know what I mean? But, you know, making music, like creating is its own is definitely as magical as it gets, like cuz I think that like when you first hear a certain sound of music or an artist, it does feel. Yeah, I want to ask you this. Like, have you ever like felt like you heard a song before the first time you heard it?
I mean,
You ever heard a song for the first time, but you feel like you've heard it before in like a nostalgic way where it makes you feel like nostalgia, where you're like, fuck.
yeah, and that's where Sly came in because like I heard that fucking Pale Horse EP, yo, and I felt like it was something like I heard before, but it wasn't at the same time. It was just something that like
Spoke to you.
he started spitting on the track, and it was like the next time and the next time that I played it and the next time I played it, I knew all the words and I knew exactly what he was saying, exactly like what he was coming from, this and that. You know what I'm saying? Like it was just like it clicked. It's about that like that shit that snaps in your brain. It's like, oh shit, like fuck, like
It's like this energy field that you can like. It's like when Superman goes to the sun to get energy or some shit like that.
yeah, dude, it's exactly like that. Exactly what we were talking about before is that elevation, that fucking like that that fucking beat that skips a fucking beat in your heart. It's like, oh fuck, like I felt that. Like
Facts, yeah, it's a good feeling. Like, and even with the Collect? Do you collect like physical media?
Physical media, as in like vinyls, records, and shit like that.
Yeah, like shit like this. You know what I'm saying?
You know, not like mixtapes, but I do have like a lot of CDs and shit that were made from like old rappers, stuff like that. You know, like Tupac, Biggie, shit like that. Just nothing serious from like the funk scene. You know, like I'd go out my way to buy somebody's mixtape. Now, like I listen to everybody's shit on YouTube, SoundCloud, Spotify. You know what I'm saying? Like, but nothing
Yeah.
serious.
I was saying like physical media too is kind of magical. Like put press and play on something and just like letting it rock. That's why I like
Yeah,
listen to albums full length. Like I don't just like hear a couple songs here. Like you know what I mean? Like do you listen to the album
yeah.
full length? Like you don't just listen to a couple songs, right?
Look, if somebody drops an album, obviously those songs are meant to be heard together, okay? It's a
Yeah.
mixtape. It's a tape. It's supposed to be a very like it's not multiple singles that somebody just decided to put together. No, when you drop an album, when you drop a mixtape, all of them are supposed to correlate with each other. There's supposed to be a meaning with everything that was created into that EP album, whatever you want to call it. That's just how you listen to it. That's how you rock it. You know, if I'm listening to a single, I'm gonna listen to that single. If I'm listening to the album, I'm gonna listen to the album. That's how it works. That's how the fucking music works, dude.
Not I don't know, like it should work that way, but sometimes it doesn't because like there is just albums that
Well,
do just
sometimes
so.
motherfuckers be dropping bangers, in one of those albums. It's like you hear that one song, it's like, oh damn, like
I'm just saying like it should work that way, but like mainstream. I don't want to say mainstream because there's a lot of good mainstream music. I mean like industry music, like shit that's like pumped out by like a factory,
yeah.
like where it's just like they promoted this single, they promoted that single, and then by the time you like look at it, like I'd say like a good like 25% of the album is like pre-release singles. And it kind of takes you out of the experience when like the fact they put it's like when a industry puts like an album on like a song on two albums. Like God's Plan was dropped on a two-track EP with God's Plan and Diplomatic Immunity. So then they rolled that over to the next album, which was Scorpion by Drake. And it just doesn't fit on the fucking album. Like it just sounds
It's
weird when you
it's
hear like
it's
three bang. Like, it's just weird.
in my opinion, it's because motherfuckers get lazy and people think like, oh, if we just like continue this thing into the next thing and into the next thing and into the next thing, people will hear it more and more and more and more and more and more. And just mainstream artists do what they got to do in order to generate their revenue, generate their views, plays, popularity, whatever it is that they're in it in the music for. But that's not how authentic artists work. If a true artist wants to work on an album or a mixtape or whatever they want to call it, they're gonna make it into something that makes sense, something that you can just relate to, something that you can bump to, while also at the same time, you don't listen to one track like it's something like love filling with Drake, right? But the very next track, it's like, oh, like I'm fucking gang banging, robbing motherfuckers, shooting people, this and that. It just doesn't make sense. It doesn't correlate. It doesn't fit in.
While I love Drake, a lot of his albums don't
But
make
yeah, Drake's
sense. Like,
great.
like they don't make like some of them like they're like that's why honestly I do like the techno album he did, like the house album, because it makes sense. Like the whole album's the same shit,
Yeah,
and then you have Jimmy
exactly.
Cooks at the end, which is a great song too, even though it doesn't
And
match up with it.
and I'm not gonna shit on like popular artists like that, because obviously if they're getting billions of fucking views and all this popularity, they're obviously doing something right that I don't know, or maybe it's just them. I have no clue. But I just, as myself, or what I can be, I do me. I do what I can create, and the rest is fucking.
Yeah, I mean you've been on a roll for a minute. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah, I've had my ups and downs. I've definitely had my ups and downs. That's for sure.
that shit. Like that shit happens, bro. Like there's always sometimes you gotta take a break, but sometimes you just like there's never
Oh yeah.
this shit will never stop. Like even till you die, like you're gonna be making something. That's how
Dog,
people
I'm
are
gonna
like,
be
oh, it's
making
not like
music
a
until I'm in my
phase, you know?
grave.
Yeah, like it's
This
always some like me like no matter what you do with your life, no matter what anybody who like makes shit does with their life, somehow like if you're creative, you're gonna find a way to make shit, you know?
Oh yeah, dude. And that's the thing. Like we all like as underground artists, we're all doing our thing to make our own money, to live our own lifestyles. But the thing with the underground is that we make music, yo. We make music to fucking make music. Like that's what it's supposed to be. Like we're we're
Yeah, like
we're
we're not
we're here
making
to
any
be
money.
creative.
We make like $5 on SoundCloud. You know what I'm saying?
That's the thing, yo. Like I like in maybe total of all of my music, I've maybe made like $4.35 at the most, dog.
Yeah.
Like at the most. And it's not that I'm not grateful for that $4.35, you know what I'm saying? It's just like if I never even had music in my life to create like that, like I would have never even seen that $4.35. So obviously I'm doing something positive. Like obviously I'm doing something that, is making me go that way.
Yeah. It's going somewhere, man. But now that we're talking about like ups and downs, like have you ever encountered writer's block and how have you beaten that?
Yeah. I have writer's block every single fucking day. Every single day, dude. And it's because like not be, like when I drop my songs on SoundCloud or whatever platform, but it's like every day I'll come home after work and I'll write something to a different beat from a different producer and I'll like it for the minute and then I'll sleep on it. I'll go to work, I'll come back to my setup the next day and I'll listen to it and I'll be like, "Man, this shit's trash. Like what the fuck? Like I'm not dropping this. I am not fucking like
It
what
didn't
was I
pass the
thinking
day
last night?"
test. Like the
It didn't.
like where you
Especially
gotta like
because like
sleep
the
on it.
especially the because like the day before it's like, oh shit, like I was drunk, I was high as shit. Maybe I shouldn't have like dropped that and I'll just like delete that shit's gone.
Yeah. It's gotta like pass like the sleep test, the post nut clarity test, like whatever it is, like it's gotta pass them or just show it to somebody. Sometimes you gotta just show the fucking song to somebody. Like that shit is important. I try not to do that too much
Yeah.
because I do try to, you know, self approval, self love, like make the song for me. But like sometimes it's like I can't fucking figure this shit out. Let's counsel with somebody.
Yeah. Especially when it comes to like mixing and mastering, dude. It's like
Yeah.
I'll think of like very hard bars. Like I'll think of something really fucking good, right? I will rap the entire thing. I will sing the entire thing, and in my head, it's like fucking like I feel like I'd get a million views off of this, right? But and then I hear it again, and it's just like maybe I should do it this way. I should do it that way, and I usually just come to the conclusion that it's like, nah, I'm not doing that. I'm not touching that
Mhm.
shit ever again.
Yeah, bro. Like sometimes it just doesn't come out right, and
And
then
yeah, sometimes it just doesn't click. Sometimes it just doesn't work. Sometimes things come, things go, yada yada. You know what I'm saying?
it's confusing, like, because sometimes, like, there's that, sometimes you can revisit it, but sometimes you just, like, fucking can't. Like, that's kind of how it works. Like, it's for some fucking songs, but some songs take like 4 months, some songs take like a day. That's what's kind of the
Hmm.
beauty is you'll never know like what the fuck how it's gonna go down. Like you never fucking know. But sometimes it is
Oh yeah,
predictable, but sometimes you know what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying.
yeah. Hey, and sometimes you'll go back to some of the music that you do make that you got in the vault, and you'll listen to that shit, and like you'll listen to it and be like, holy shit, like I made that, like I forgot about that, and you'll just instantly be like, all right, I want to drop that, like.
Yeah. Yeah, so what music do you have dropping next that you could speak on?
Um, so I don't got too much coming on my plate besides I have an album coming up with Glock Samurai. We're gonna drop a mixtape. It's gonna be about like 6 tracks long. But I do got 2 features coming on. They're gonna be hard, yo. I got me and No Chris, and I got me and Chainsaw Murder. We're
He
gonna kill that
raps?
shit, yo. Yeah, hell yeah, dog.
The cover artist.
Yeah,
That's fire. I didn't know that. I bet he's killing it because he's talented. He's very talented.
fucking insane if you ask me, dog.
I I
Pure fucking
uh
talent.
I commissioned his art for my music
Oh, for
company.
real?
You know what I'm saying? He's there's a lot a few people can kind of draw the shit that he draws. Like I just kind of gave him like a one paragraph thing and he's fucking talented. I want to get him on the show. But he's bad with English or some shit like that. I forget, but that's what he
Yeah,
told me.
he's not from the US, that's for sure.
Where's he
But
from?
eh,
Germany, right?
uh I'm pretty sure it's Germany. I'm pretty sure it's Germany. I'm pretty sure it's Germany.
Yeah. Well, shout out to him, bro, for real. So is that on your next mixtape album, EP, or
Single. It's
single?
gonna be the
Single.
next single. Yep. Yes, sir.
Dope. Um, thank you, man, for coming on the show. Got any more
Yeah, of course,
announcements you
dog.
could say before we wrap this up? Any new announcements about your
Uh,
music?
uh, Nothing much. Just shout out Pike Gang, shout out Chain Beast. We're all in this shit together, yo. We've never done this shit by ourselves. None of this would be possible without all of my fucking homies doing this shit all together, collaborating. We're this is not a one man army. You know what I'm saying? This is we're all troops in this shit. We're
Shouts
all
out to
troops in
Pike
this
Gang,
shit.
of course. And
Yes,
shouts out to
sir.
you for fucking being on this amazing fucking podcast. Pollute Your Soul. Thank you for fucking being here. Links in the description. Check out your fucking music out on SoundCloud. Of course, SoundCloud. That's where you should stream his fucking music. You
Yes,
motherfuckers watching
sir.
this. SoundCloud is the shit. Go there.
R
But
RYI $.
RYI $. Shouts out to you and thank you, man. Be sure to like, comment, share, subscribe to podcast here, Pollute Your Soul. And if you're on Apple Podcasts or Spotify, leave a rating there as well. And good fucking bye.
Nice.